So what we just did was we named the pain out loud. That is what occurred. And that is the first act of power, is the awareness and naming the pain out loud. And that's what we just did with the sharing. We spoke about overgiving and maybe doing that so no one leaves again. And that, of course, is in the root chakra block. And then if you're not speaking up for your needs, so um, that you don't upset anyone, that's a solar plexus and throat chakra blockage. If you're confusing affection with attention, that indicates a sacral and heart chakra blockage. And this is a quote from someone who started their mindful dating journey. They said that it's not that I'm too much. I've just been giving that to the wrong people. That was their point of realization inside of the workshop. So we talk about the pain of cycles and the cycle of healing and blockages in the chakra. Let's talk about the cost of doing nothing. And I'll highlight one story here. So the mother's delay. Um, there was a mom that sent me a DM. The session was full. And she said, Shane, I really need to come in and do this workshop because I'm scared for my kid. I'm noticing that they're having the same exact relationships that I've had. And I want to help my kid. And I'm thinking, she wants to get a coach, check me out to see if she can get me to coach her kid. What happens when she joins the webinar, and no, she joined this workshop. What happens when she joined the workshop? She realized that she needed to realign her patterns so that she can change the trajectory of how her child was seeing relationships. And what does that mean? She realized that she had taught her child how to love by having um, unhealthy relationships. And so the moment that she realized, like, okay, I've closed my heart off, but even though I don't want to date anymore, my former dating patterns and how I am right now is still energetically affecting my kids. So once I create a healthy, loving relationship with myself, I open my heart, I clear those energy blockages, that trauma, then I can start to model what healthy living and healthy love looks like. And she's already started her journey. She's doing really well, and her kid is getting better. I have 3 more minutes. Here's another story of one of my clients who came in and said he wanted to collect data on dating multiple women. What we uncovered in our sessions was that he had a mother wound in his root chakra, and that was what his dating experiences were resembling. So he continued to experience heartbreak within the relationships because he was dating from a traumatic pattern or unresolved pain that he had from his mom. So we were able to resolve that. We resolved the shame in the sacral chakra and resolved the confidence issue in the solar plexus chakra. And in less than 6 months after beginning the signature mindful dating journey, he's now in a loving relationship with the woman of his dreams. He sends me messages all the time and said, I cannot believe I got this woman. And he's also financially, emotionally, and spiritually preparing to marry and have kids. So happy for him. And he's not just one story, it's a couple of them. So in the mindful dating, we have 5 promises that will result as outcomes when you start the journey. You'll stop confusing chemistry with compatibility. You become more grounded and seen for who you are and not the mask or how you present to people to feel liked. You become more clear on who you are, your desires, your goals, and your ideal partner, which puts it into confusing situations. Then you're allowed to take your power back. Our clients take their power back, and that's when they start to experience love without losing themselves. And last but not least important is you begin to rest, you experience peace in your mind and in your body. I have 1 minute left. Here are 3 things that you can do to start today. Journal, free write to get things out of you. Anchor, do some breathing exercises before reacting or responding. And just randomly take a moment to notice your breath. And then there's also the detox. Give yourself a break from everyone, from the apps, from the dating, and allow yourself to show up for you. And then notice who comes to support and show up for you. That one. So I want to invite you to pick one of these services that you like, ideally. Sorry. We do have psychoeducational groups with a therapist. And then we also have a retreat wait list that you can sign up for. I can put that in the chat. But I want to invite you to do private consultation with me if it fits. I've shared with a couple folks that they should do one of our groups, a workshop. They're already up. You can sign up for those or start the self-led practices today. And then I have some ingrained promotions on the meditation for the holidays.